Hey guys, it's Magic here. I'm just going to wrap these last three up in this last video simply because they kind of all deal with one another. The first is the devil. A lot of people tell me that the devil is evil and that hell is a horrible place, but those same people tell me that, well, hell is a place of torture and stuff, that everyone who ends up in hell is one day going to fight in the devil's army against God, which I don't even know where they really get that 100%. But in my opinion, honestly, if you're gonna get people to, I don't know, fight for you, maybe you shouldn't torture them, because that just sounds like a recipe for mutiny. So I never really believed in hell in the traditional sense anyway. I mean, yeah, I do believe that it's a place for bad people, where bad people can get punished and things like that, but, I don't really believe in the devil as a bad guy either. I mean, I don't think that he really has all that much time to be going around and sitting on everyone's shoulder telling them to do bad things. A lot of people are like, oh, well, I did that thing and it was bad, so let's blame the devil because obviously the devil is bad. And that's just, I feel like people use the devil as a way to not take responsibility for their own actions. I like how the show Lucifer portrayed him a lot. Because he's not, I don't really feel like, because that's kind of like how I've always seen him, as just misunderstood, really, honestly. I don't think he's all that bad, I mean, it's not his fault he got stuck with the crappy job. Somebody had to do it in the end. There always had to be an opposing force for us to have a choice. I mean, realistically speaking, in the beginning, there was just God, and we just loved God. Well, once we ate of the fruit, and we were cast out, we were given a choice of whether or not to follow God at that point, which to me indicates that if we have a choice whether or not to do it, there had to be another choice. So there had to be some type of opposing force. I disagree with, everyone saying that Lucifer is the devil, because, even if you follow the belief that the angel fell, named Lucifer, and became Satan, he got a different name when he fell, and yeah, so there's that. Also, Judas is another thing. Like I want to name my youngest son Quincy Judas, and a lot of people go, why would you want to name him that? Judas is like a traitor. And I feel like Judas is also just misunderstood, because in the end, I mean, if you do buy into the whole Jesus thing, which, I personally don't, but that doesn't mean other people don't. I feel like you have to give Judas some credit, because, I mean, if Judas had not turned him in, then things could not have gone the way they were supposed to go. Somebody had to do it. Judas was the one chosen. He obviously felt really bad for it, because I believe that he ended up hanging himself or something like that. And so, yeah, I mean, but somebody had to have the crappy job, and I feel like he is misunderstood in that regard. So Quincy Judas, and I think it's a great name. And then the serpent, which kind of ties in with what I said about us eating the fruit and then needing to have a choice. A lot of people say that the serpent was the devil, which I read in a book once, that if that's the case, then we should thank the serpent for being the devil, rather, for being the father of free will, which, I found very humorous and uplifting at the time. I can't remember the name of the book anymore, but it was a great book. Talked about a lot of misconceptions people have about things that happen in the Bible. But from what I've read of the Bible and from other research I've done, there's nothing indicating that the serpent was possessed by or was the devil in any way. So, it says the serpent was different in some way, but it never specifies